From Mamma Mia, welcome to The Spill, your daily pop culture fix. I'm Laura Brodnick.
And I'm Em Burnham.
And it's a good thing you're here today, Em, because we are talking about really the only magazine cover story that has really shocked me to my core this year.
Oh, that's a big call.
I mean, you're the one who said it shocked you as well.
Yeah, I have a lot of things to say. I think this might end up being a brutally honest review.
It potentially might be a brutally honest review of our former love. Note the use of the word former. Paul Mescal. He's on the cover of the new Rolling Stone magazine. And I can't even tell you about this profile.
Oh my God.
The depths it goes into. It's made some people fall in love with him. It's made some people fall out of love with him.
I have a lot to say.
You really do. So that is coming up. But first of all, we must talk about another hot boy of the moment. I thought since you were on the show today, Em, this might just be all hot boy chat if you're okay with that.
I love that this is now my brand. I feel like every time I'm on the show is the one time we talk about only men.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
Why would we talk about anything else?
No,
Someone give some attention to the men, draw awareness to them.
And it's me.
It's you.
All the time.
A men's activist, Emily Verdham, as she's famously known.
Famously known as men's activist. Number one fan.
So
right here.
I don't know if you saw the pictures or the videos of the coverage
You
this week.
know I did.
I did.
Like, you know I did.
I know you were glued to the screen.
Yeah.
This is the first time you've followed a
Oh my
marathon
God.
story.
Yeah, this is like the only thing I know about this man.
This week, Harry Styles ran the Berlin Marathon.
How the hell? Like, how the hell?
Well, there's a lot of criticism from the girls who are like, a lot of running, not a lot of music making. A lot of people saying could have been running towards the studio because it's been a while between albums and a while between tours.
Because I'm assuming for a marathon like that, you would have to train.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So he's been training this whole time?
Yeah, you have to train hardcore. I haven't run a marathon for myself, but I hear from people it's very, very intense, and there's a huge training process, not just on like the running and the length, but like the physical build up, the mental build up, the nutrition, all this sort of stuff. But yes, he completed the Berlin Marathon in 2 hours, 59 minutes and 13 seconds.
Apparently that's meant to be amazing time.
Yeah.
Like,
no, he did well.
That is insane. Like, not only did he do the marathon, but he did it, what runners are saying,
In under
quite
3
well.
hours.
He did break some rules though.
Yes.
So the thing is with when you run a marathon, it doesn't count unless you post it on your Instagram stories.
Yes.
So he broke the rules. You also have to mention that you run a marathon in every conversation you have for the next 6 months.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling he's not the kind of guy to do that.
Well, he tried to do it. This is so cute. He tried to do it undercover.
Yeah.
He tried to do it in disguise. So he arrived and he's grown out the facial hair.
Which just makes him look way more
and
Harry
it was,
Styles
yeah,
than
and it
before.
was very patchy. He had sunglasses on and a cap.
You know who he looked like?
Who?
He looked like the character he played in Don't Worry, Darling.
Yeah, but the before.
Yeah, the before. Spoilers if you haven't watched it.
Before he paid to have a fancy makeover.
Yeah, before.
He
before.
so did. But he
with the
looks like that a
tuna, with the
lot.
tuna.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what he looked like.
He
Still looks hot. Like, he's so fit.
Yeah, he just looks like a gruff guy that you would sort of just see.
You wouldn't do a double
corner
take.
of a pub. You wouldn't expect him to be headlining a sold out stadium tour.
And you know what? He isn't. So get on that stage, Harry Styles. That's what we want.
He skulked in, head down. People were saying that no one knew who he was at first because he was not talking to anyone. He was like head down, sunglasses, cap, and he registered under a fake name. Do you want to know what his fake name was?
Stop. What is it?
His fake name is Sted Sarandos.
Oh, I hate that so much. Sted?
Sted.
Is that a name?
Sted Sarandos.
Like steady on. Maybe that's why.
I just think if you want to have a fake name, you do like a John Smith or something so nondescript. If someone said to me, "Oh, hi, my name's Sted Sarandos," I'd be like, "Oh, what's that? Is that short for something? Is that a family
It's
name?
like,
Where does that
just
come
Sted.
from?" Yeah.
I don't like that at all. Oh my God. This boy.
I know. So I just feel bad for him because, I mean, I don't feel that bad for him. I feel nothing at all, actually.
I just wish celebrities could talk about marathons the way other people can talk about marathons.
Yeah, you think he's being held back? He's
I
wanting
feel
to...
like if I was a celebrity, I wouldn't even run a marathon because the whole point of running a marathon is so you can talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. You want those bragging rights.
I
You want
really
to talk about it.
I'm trying to understand the necessity of why
maybe
he did this.
he did do it to the thing is a lot of people are really ragging on him, as I said, about the fact that they don't think he's working enough. He hasn't got like any big movies like on the nearby horizon. He hasn't got, as far as we know, like we don't know when his album's coming out. He's not going to tour for a while. So people do think that he's just been putting his energy in the wrong direction.
Oh, well, it's definitely a direction.
Just not the direction
yeah.
people wanted. But I feel like he's in full marathon / like holiday mode, because you know how when he's not training for a marathon and being Sted, he's walking.
He's walking
the streets of every city in Europe arm in arm with Zoe Kravitz.
That's right.
Yeah. They're still doing that, by the way. She was
the one who convinced him to do the marathon.
Maybe
she's like, babe, I can't be the only one holding this relationship up. Like, you can't just be following me from premiere to premiere.
I know, because she's a working girl.
Do something. Do you think she was in the crowd with like a sign?
Yeah, I think it'd be very
one
easy
of those like cringy signs where it's like, push here for energy boost. And then they tap it.
Just the thought of Zoe Kravitz doing that is.
The whole family. Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah, Lenny was there in his leather. He works out in leather pants. Maybe he was giving
maybe he was
Harry.
A musical guest. Because we know it wasn't Harry.
But as we've been seeing Zoe and Harry wander around various European cities arm in arm, because people are always filming them as they walk past, we're getting just one sentence of their conversation.
Oh,
so there's
are we stitching it together?
We could stitch it together. One like little bit of audio that I saw was them walking past and Zoe goes, "I'm excited." And then you can't hear what she says. And I also think it's a huge disservice to that person who didn't follow after them and keep filming.
Yeah, how dare they?
And then there's another one where they're walking along, and now I'm thinking about it, Harry's not doing any of the talking. Zoe's talking. And I think that's fair because she seems to be the more interesting one.
She seems to be doing everything.
She goes, "You know, the thing about our friendship circle is," and then they walk past.
Okay, we do not endorse paparazzi culture here, but now I'm endorsing it.
Yeah.
Follow through.
But also these aren't paparazzi that I can see who are like, these aren't the old school aggressive men with
kids
cameras
with
chasing.
iPhones?
Yeah, they're girls with iPhones who are there on a European vacay, probably with their parents next to them.
And you know what? They're the people we can trust.
Yeah, and they're the ones who should be doing the follow through.
Agreed.
Follow for one more second. What about their friendship group? Is there a fight?
Yes.
Is there a drama?
What is their friendship group?
It's like,
who would be in that group?
it's just all that kind of hot mid to young Hollywood range. So it's like the Austin Butlers,
the Jonas
Brothers, like I guess
I feel like a Glenn Powell will be in there.
Yeah, Glenn Powell's in there. Even getting into that whole Nina Dobrev, Kelly Teller, Taylor Swift.
Yes.
But then also Riley Keough, Dakota Johnson's in there too.
Do you think it'll be Zac Efron or Dylan Efron?
I think like Dylan comes with Zac.
No, he's busy with Dancing with the Stars.
No,
even Dylan Efron's doing more than Harry Styles.
I know. Dylan Efron, who, if anyone doesn't know, is Zac Efron's hot brother.
Younger brother. Okay, you think Zac Efron's hot? Wait till you see Dylan Efron.
Exactly. He did The Traitors and then he did Dancing with the Stars. I think it's like Zac gets invited and he brings Dylan, and everyone likes Dylan more.
Oh, Zac.
That whole sibling situation. So anyway, Harry Styles ran a marathon, I think, is a takeaway from that. And
there's like no thoughts. Harry Styles runs a marathon. And you know what? He should stop and start making some music.
Yeah, well, that was the takeaway. Again, people were not happy. The boy's just he's just trying to run. He's just trying to run. You just see someone said he's running because he's not allowed to drive. Do you know what that's about?
It's about his car.
It's about the fact that people think that he and Taylor Swift were involved in a hit and run, and that he was involved in vehicular manslaughter.
Because
and that
he was
that's what Getaway Car's about.
Yeah, she wrote that song about it.
He said, I think that he came to pick her up for a date. Listen to the song, it's all there. He came to pick her up for a date and he ran someone over and then they never told anyone. And then she wrote a song about it.
Getaway car.
And everyone's like, have we seen him drive since?
And then she left him at a hotel.
Yeah. Getaway car.
So that's why he had to learn how to run.
Yeah, and now he has to run because he can't drive.
Aww.
So it all makes sense at the end of the day.
We're so mean.
Congrats to you, Harry Styles. Keep running, son. Don't let anyone stop you. Sted Sarandos deserves to run another day.
Weird name.
So on to Rolling Stone's newest issue.
From one running man to another.
So true. I wonder who would win out of Harry Styles and Paul Mescal in a race.
It depends who's chasing him.
Yeah, exactly. Which one of their ex-girlfriends is trying to catch up with them.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah. And I have to say, if that's the case, I'm definitely on the side of the girl who's doing the chasing because she'd have a reason.
Yes, and she would be the better runner.
Yeah, exactly. You don't chase those weedy men unless he's done something bad to you. Anyway, as you can tell, Em's gone off Paul Mescal after this article. So Paul Mescal is on the cover of the new Rolling Stone issue, and it's a very in-depth celebrity profile. It's one of those ones you can tell it wasn't just done on the side of a photo shoot. Like the journalist who wrote the interview, Alex Morris, I have to say, I love her. She's a contributing editor at Rolling Stone. And her turn of phrase about Paul Mescal throughout this article is incredible because I can't tell if she just finds him she pities him or she's in love with him. I think it's a bit of both.
She, like, was the perfect decision
Yeah.
for this interview. This interview reads as, like, the worst first date
Really?
you've ever heard.
Oh my God, I did not pick up on that. I actually thought he came. Okay, this is the point.
There's no way you thought he came across good in this.
I actually think he came across quite endearing.
Oh,
but I wasn't coming.
This
I
is
wasn't
the issue with dating right now. Okay, listen.
Okay.
So
okay,
this is
and
like,
literally just put her notes down, put everything down, say what you need to say.
This is the type of guy that you'd go on a first date with.
Yeah,
and then you're like, this was the best date of my life. Like, he's so interesting. He has all this knowledge about music and about life, and he knows what he wants. And he's so, like, generous with his time. And he's like, he really, like, considers, like, therapy, and he's, like, so, like, forward thinking. And then you get home and then you're like, was he interesting, or did he just say a lot of things?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't even think he said a lot of things. Do you know what I think I'm in love with in this? I think I'm more in love with Alex Morrison's writing of him. And you know what I can tell is that I actually think in a different writer's hands, because this has happened to me before too, this would be a very dull interview. Because he doesn't actually say, it's more
no, she writes a lot about what he doesn't say, as in, like, what he's doing when he's not talking.
Which, can I just tell you, if you ever read, like, the other day I literally did like a 5-minute interview with an actress, and if you've listened to other past episodes, you know who I'm talking about. And I wrote like a 2,000-word article about it, because her silence and what she didn't say and what I thought she was trying to convey and why I thought she was doing it was so much more interesting than anything she actually said.
Yeah.
And I think that's in this article. So we're going to take you through some of the highlights, and you can make up your own mind whether you date Paul Mescal or not, that he's available. So the article itself is called "Paul Mescal is Trying to Break Your Heart."
Well,
are you in?
Didn't succeed, so.
Well, you kind of did, because you used to be in love with him and now you're not.
That's true.
You're going through a breakup right now before our eyes.
I wanted to say something really mean, but I think I might save it for the end.
Oh, okay.
I'll say it in the end.
Producer Manisha, make a note that we're.
I think we have to convince the spillers of our opinions first.
Okay. We'll save M's mean commentary till the end. So that's the title. Then it goes on to say, there may be no actor better at playing emotional devastation. We meet up with him in London to try and figure out why. The opening line is so good. I have a sneaking suspicion that everybody wants to be in a musical, says Paul Mescal without a hint of irony, reaching into an off-licensed refrigerator and pulling out a pink G&T in a can. Like, give the man a chance. you savaged him in the first line.
Pink. Just a pink one.
A pink G&T.
A pink G&T.
Out of an off-licensed refrigerator. Should we get a cold one of these, he says. He grabs 2, then saunters up to the till for a pack of Marlboro Golds and a cheap plastic lighter. And then they take off for a walk through a nearby park. So they're in London together. And as they walk, she says Paul greets people. He smiles. He skirts around old people. He smiles at babies. And basically she just said...
so like anyone walking down a street, essentially. Literally anyone walking down a street.
I know, but I think she's trying to convey that he's trying to be like...
He's such a nice guy.
He's so down to earth.
He smiles at people who walk past. He looks at babies.
He didn't ram down that old man who was taking up room on the sidewalk. He just walked past him.
I like how she also describes like his earphone etiquette.
Oh, wait, what was that bit? I think I missed it.
How he like takes them and like swings them around.
Oh, yeah. Why is everything about this so funny?
It's so funny. She writes it so well. With this interview, I just felt like that he comes across as someone who is, firstly, because he's so famous, he's so careful about what he is saying, but he is clearly thinks he's like safe in what he's not saying, and he's not at all in this whole interview, because he's talking about what he's not saying. But he also feels like he's someone that he wants people to think that he's super deep and super emotional and super intelligent, but he's also like, but I don't cry all the time. Do people think I cry all the time? I don't cry all the time.
Okay, yeah, that part is quite funny, and it comes towards the end of the interview. That is my favorite part. So in that part of the article, he's talking about his preparation for the upcoming Beatles movie, which I find that stuff really interesting. The fact that they get picked up early in the morning, driven like 2 hours to the rehearsal site. The whole way they listen to Beatles music. He's trying to learn how to play left-handed, because like that's the correct way for the character he's playing, all this sort of stuff. And he also says he's reading a book at the moment about the Beatles, and he says
he also reads.
He reads, guys.
I agree. I think that part's really interesting, especially that we know that it's like essentially 4 films about each character, and he's playing Paul McCartney, who is arguably like the most famous one. And that he loves Paul McCartney so much. He says really it throughout the whole interview. Oh my God, the ending of the interview just gave me the biggest ick. I just remembered it. But
wow, so much coming, guys.
I think he's like so in love with what he does, which is so fine to be. Like, you're so fine to be in love with what you do. But then when you're trying really, really hard to convince people that there's a reason why you love something, it comes across so cringe.
Well, he doesn't want people to think he's cringe because he's talking about the book.
But he is.
I know.
And you know he is.
No, I'm just saying he's talking about the book, and he said the book's been making him cry. And then he goes, it's so moving. It's so moving. Like, he had to say it twice. I was crying so much. And then she writes, he catches himself and grins. And then he says, do people just think I'm crying all the time? He says, tucking into a second drink that has seemed to materialize in front of him. I'm not. I hate crying. I couldn't tell you the last time I cried, before last Sunday, for example. So what, you cried on Sunday? This happened on like Tuesday. What does he mean? And then she goes,
can you just imagine her being her sitting opposite him? She didn't even ask him a freaking question.
Yeah,
he just went unprompted. He just went on that rampage.
And then he said he declines to go into what made him cry last Sunday. So I've got to say, that's what I
mean. Like, he's going in. He's like, it made me cry so much. Do people think I cry? Oh my God, I don't cry that much except for last Sunday, but I don't cry that much. It's fine. But don't ask me why I cried. That's weird. That's weird. How dare you ask me why I cry? I'm a private person.
Sounds like he's about to cry right now.
Oh my God. Actually, like, throughout this whole interview, I actually genuinely can't tell how many questions she asked him.
Yeah, it's interesting. Well, I guess you don't always put your questions in that. You don't write, then I asked this, then I asked that. So she's only putting him in. So, I mean, don't make me defend poor Mescal. But I think this part of the interview where the crying conversation is happening, it's the second day of their hangout together.
Yeah.
This woman spent nearly 2 full days with Paul Mescal, and one was them buying drinks and cigarettes. Then they went for a really long walk together. The next day they meet at a secret pub that when he was doing a theatre run, he frequented it all the time, and he still goes there, and he tells her not to tell anyone about it. And it's not in the article I checked because you know what?
I thought the name was in it.
No, the one of the first pubs they went to.
Okay.
Maybe it is in there. Is that when it's called like the
balls or something?
Yeah, the
donkey balls.
Yeah, something like that. We won't give it away.
It's not going to be that, I promise you. But that's just.
I think that's their first pub they met at when they met to go through the park. I don't think she names it in the second one, because you just.
Well, that's unfair for the pub because I need publicity.
No, I know, but Paul Mescal, that's his one little refuge in the world where he goes to have a drink, and you can just know that if that was made public, that's his spot. He goes all the time. That it would just be filled with screaming girls every day looking for a photo with him. And then he'll cry.
Hard being Paul Mescal.
And then he'll cry. And it's so funny because they're sitting in this secret pub and like he's kind of like trying to really, he's like, and then they have musicians setting up and they have drinks and he goes, hey, the lads are all here. Hey, lads. And I was like, do these people know Paul? Is he a local? Is he just some random?
I can just imagine these old men going, huh?
What? They're like, why is that young man who's always in here crying and now he's brought like a nice young woman in? She's
that young man reading the Beatles book who's always crying.
And he doesn't say anything about his love life. He says he gets very embarrassed for a while.
I feel like he was tearing up when he was saying this.
He was crying.
Yeah.
He's saying this. And Alex is like, I can't put this in the article because it's just, I'll crucify this man if I do. She's had to protect him because he gets asked about his relationship and apparently he paused for a long time. He didn't know what to say. And then he's like, basically says, I don't know what to say about that. But I'm not going to talk about it.
I don't know what to say about that. But actually I do. But I don't want to talk about it because it's very important to me. And
he said very precious to me.
Very precious.
So we know that he and Gracie Abrams have been dating for quite a while now. They've gone
and also this is the only reason why people wanted to read this interview.
To find out about Gracie.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like people are always very fascinated with him.
They talk so much about each other without talking about each other. Like, remember when she did that massive Cosmo cover? And that whole thing was about like her sex life and sex positivity and like relationships. And not once did she mention him.
I know. I think they know that there's so much interest in their relationship. Once they say anything, it'll just blow up. And they're both very of the like, we're artists. We're not here for the fame. We're not here for the money. We're just here to make art.
Do you think she asked him about Daisy Edgar Jones?
Yeah, but I don't think he and Daisy Edgar Jones ever hooked up.
I don't think they hooked up, but I think they will.
Really?
Like, I genuinely believe they're meant to be together.
I just love the idea that they're just best friends. Don't you think if they were going to be together, they would just be together? It's been so many years.
It's the fact
and they're together all the
that
time.
He mentions her in every single interview.
He loves her.
He loves
as a friend.
her so much. No, it's more than a friend.
Emily.
He loves her so much. When Joseph Quinn was like, what celebrity looks like me? He literally, without skipping a beat, goes, "There's Jessica Jones sometimes," and Joseph Quinn was like, "No."
Do you think that he just thinks everyone looks a bit like Daisy Edgar Jones because he's always looking for her in the crowd?
Yes.
Yes.
I do think that.
Can I tell you my most surprising moment from this whole thing? This whole 3,000 something word piece of really just performative art from Paul Mescal walking the streets of London, pretending to smoke cigarettes in his little shorts, is that they get into the fact that he kind of grew up as a golden boy, which I feel like he keeps under wraps. That he was a jock at school and then he was like
he was the Troy Bolton
guy. Well, yeah, that's what I'm getting to. So he was like the jock at school. He was like, you know, the sporty guy.
Yeah.
Everyone loved him. Everyone at school loved him. His family adored him. Like his brother and sister obsessed with him. And they really paint him as like kind of different. He's painted himself, I think, in the past as like a little bit of like the artsy underground guy. And I was like, oh, so you were like the school hero, prom king.
No, I'm pretty sure he was very close to his role as in Normal People.
Yeah.
Like in high school, because he played football.
Yeah.
And he was really good, apparently, according to this interview.
Yeah, he says he was really good.
He said he was really good. He also broke his nose, which is why he was able to play the gladiator so well, because he just looked so Roman.
That's what she says. She says like it was before a game and they were practicing with the football and someone threw a football, and I think the correct phrasing from the interview is he buffed it, which I think means he hit it with his head.
And I think he also said he missed his previous nose.
Yeah, he mourned his previous nose because he apparently he had a perfect face. I'd love to see a photo.
I do think that nose would have made him, like him breaking his nose has made him so much hotter.
Would you think because he looks a bit more like
he's got a little flaw.
Yeah.
You want a man with a little flaw.
Yeah, you don't want a perfect nose.
No. I do not want a perfect
I'd love to
nose.
see the old nose just to compare and contrast. But yes, he apparently he broke his nose. It healed badly, and he said he mourns his old nose. But then he said he had this like reckoning in high school. I love how everyone has like a past darkness that they draw on, and Paul Mescal's past darkness and hard time that he draws on is that he was torn between being the star of the football team and the star of the school play. And he said the direct quote from him is, "It got a bit Troy Bolton-esque for a while." And I said, I literally gasped as I was reading the article because I'm like, sir, are you quoting High School Musical?
No, you know why he quoted it.
Why?
So me and Paul Mescal are the exact same age.
Yeah.
We were the High School Musical generation. Like we were it was the perfect age for us. Like we were obsessed with High School Musical. It was the movie of our generation. So I know as a kid he watched that and was like, I'm going to do that.
Well, yeah.
I don't think it was a push and pull. I think it was very much football going, you're not good at this. Go into theatre.
Because he paints it as, and I never thought I'd see the day where Paul Mescal comes out as a closeted High School Musical fan, but the day has come.
Yeah.
Because he does say that he was really torn between football and theatre, and people made him feel like he had to choose and he didn't want to choose. He wanted to be Troy Bolton and do both.
Yeah, but I don't believe that. I honestly believe that they were like, just do theatre. Like it's what you're good at.
Yeah, that he was never.
And he
was like,
"Oh, what do I do? They both want me on both sides." And they were like, "We are telling you, do theatre. You're not
like,
good at football. You broke your nose in practice, not even in an actual game. Like, just go do theatre. You'll be fine." He's like, "What do I do? It's so hard. It's so hard being me, Troy Bolton."
Oh my God, you are so off him. It's crazy.
You know what else? Okay, so
wait, are we at the meme part yet?
Yes.
Okay, great.
This wasn't
up, everyone.
actually the interview that made me pissed off him, but it pushed me over the line.
Oh, okay.
I started having a bad taste for Paul Mescal because he did a previous interview where he was asked, "What is your pet peeve?" Do you remember this?
No.
And he said,
"What?
You wouldn't." Okay, guess what he said?
Rude people?
He said laziness.
Oh.
He said people who are lazy.
How is
a pet peeve? I'm like, how does me being lazy have anything to do with you?
Well, if he's
it's like he sees people just sitting and he's like, get up from that seat.
Like if he said to you, "Hey Emily, do you want to come and get some pink G&Ts and watch High School Musical?" and you said, "No, I'm too lazy," he'd hate that.
I know. I'd just be like, I'm just at home, just chilling. He'd be like, "You lazy bitch." And that is my pet peeve. I hate Emily and her laziness. But like, as a pet peeve, when it's like has nothing to do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like usually pet peeve has some massive impact on your life.
Yeah.
He just hates laziness.
I'm going to be honest. I don't think this would. I'm not as upset as you are about this.
And for me, no, it was the one thing where I was like, I immediately went, and that is the day I realized Paul Mescal is just hot.
But is he even hot is the question. Remember when we saw him up close? Emily and I
wasn't going to get that mean today.
Okay, well, here we are.
You can say it.
So Emily and I were up very close and personal with Paul Mescal when he came to Australia for the Gladiator premiere. And look, it's hot in there. I'll be the first to say it. My hair also looks bad in those premieres. I was sweating too. I was also annoyed. There were too many people. It was intense. He just was like, he looks like every celebrity in those situations except bar a few. They all look tired and tiny and sweaty and paler than you think and just little broken human beings. And that's what Paul Mescal looked like. It didn't make me like him any less.
He didn't have like the celebrity glow.
He wasn't rugged.
Like he didn't look like Zendaya. He didn't look like Tom Cruise. He didn't have that like celebrity.
He doesn't have the aura of a celebrity.
Like if you were to
I
walk
think he would love you
him,
saying that though. I actually don't think he wants the aura of a celebrity.
Well,
to be fair.
I don't care if I make him happy or
Okay.
not.
Sorry, I keep forgetting you guys are broken up.
If you like walk past him on the street, you wouldn't do a double take.
Yeah. Like he could run the marathon without a fake name.
Yes. He could run side by side Harry Styles and everyone would still be like, look at Harry Styles.
I was like, who's that guy right next to Sted?
He's going into a nondescript pub.
Yeah.
No one say the name, he'll cry.
He's drinking a bourbon. That was a big thing throughout.
I think he's struggling with his celebrityness right now. Like it feels like he doesn't know what he wants. Like he feels like he's holding on so tightly to his everyday life because he does like talk a lot about his family and how much he loves being around his siblings and his like family. And I feel like he is now in a position where he knows that he has to be extra cautious on keeping those things private. And he's just kind of in this crossroads of like, how much do I want to show to the world versus how much can I keep private without becoming a meme?
Now that he's got a megastar girlfriend, now that he's in blockbusters, it is a different world to that first hit of popularity he had from normal people because that could have faded away very quickly.
Yeah, because that happened also in COVID. And then he was getting a ton of followers and then he obviously freaked out and immediately put his Instagram on private.
So fair.
Like there are only 2 people I know who follow him on Instagram because they followed him straight after Normal People got released.
Oh, were you that quick?
I wasn't.
No.
But I also haven't watched Normal People.
Oh, that's right. I always forget that he was your celebrity crush for so long.
Yeah.
And you never watched his
first movie I
breakout
saw him in
role.
was Gladiator. And he was great in that.
Just not on the red carpet.
Just on the red carpet. But look, I think it was mainly not this interview, but the laziness comment that pushed me over the edge.
Why do you think that is? Because can I say, your reaction's very fair.
Yeah.
It's a very extreme reaction. I don't think most people would have that reaction. Why do you think you feel so triggered by that?
I think it was the
I wish
idea,
Paul was here so we could have this therapy session
I think it was
together.
the idea that like when you have a big celebrity crush, the best thing about having a crush is that you don't know that much about them.
Yeah.
So you can kind
you
of
had this belief that you could be together
you
if you just
pretend
met.
their personality and then you can like do some like daydreaming
and he
about them.
frequents our neighborhood. He's been in bars and pubs in our like shared neighborhood. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that one day you could have bumped into him
because he lives next door. But okay, just imagine you're on a dating app, you're swiping, you see a beautiful Paul Mescal looking
I see his little broken nose.
You see his broken nose. He looks gorgeous. There's one.
He's got the lyrics to High School Musical in the background.
There's one photo of him in like Phantom of the Opera. The next one, he's playing football. He does it all.
He does it all. He's Troy Bolton.
And then you have the prompts.
Mm-hmm.
The first prompt you see, my pet peeve, lazy people.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? You're going to swipe left. If you're going to, like, if someone asks you a question that broad and you go into laziness, like
that's so true.
That's so personal and so weird.
It's swipe left the no one?
Yeah.
Okay, I would swipe
the
left
no
too.
one.
Yeah.
And I just think it was just one of those things where I'm like, I feel like it says more about him than just I don't like lazy people.
Okay. Oh, I mean, I don't mean to start rumors. Do you think it's like a bit of fat phobia in there? That's not a broad swing. That's what people say is code a lot of the time.
I think it's.
I don't want to put that on Paul Mescal.
I think it's very like alpha male-ish, where it's like, what are you doing if you're not doing the most at all times?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Why do you think that's at odds with
and
what
he has been brought up in like a privileged like society. Like he hasn't like we obviously don't know much about his home life, but there's like no evidence of him talking about like struggling as a kid or anything like that. Like he's been brought up in a big family, in a big home. And I think it's just one of those things where if that's your answer to a question that's so broad and you're not afraid of that being your answer, then that says a lot about you.
Yeah, wow. The fall of Paul Mescal before our eyes.
Paul. Like, I don't know why I'm so passionate about this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're going through a breakup. He's not the man you thought he was.
And then the ending just gave me the biggest ick.
Oh, okay. Tell me
when he started
what?
singing.
Oh, yeah.
Where he's like mansplaining, like he's been playing guitar for 2 seconds, left-handed, for Paul McCartney. And then he started like mansplaining the techniques of like, they were watching a band in the pub.
Yeah.
And he was like explaining like, how they're making music essentially. Like he was literally like, see how she's like singing and he's trying to get the chord and he's trying to figure it out.
And he's watching her hand to figure out
like,
the
I'd
chord
love to
she's
be able
gonna
to do that. And then he just starts singing. And that's how it ends. Because she was probably so traumatized. And she's like, I can't keep.
She just turned her recorder off and walked away.
She's like, the world doesn't need to hear this.
Oh my! Did the cover do anything to inspire you?
Of course it did.
Because they've literally put dirt on that man.
Yeah, he's so
and
hot.
they've blasted his face with Facetune to all hell. I think they refixed his nose.
All the photos are very. Except this one photo where he's lying in a bush. Did you see that?
Yeah.
And he's like holding onto some like dead branch or something.
He was trying to be very active. There's one where he's like leaping in the air. But the cover photo they picked is him like on the floor, kind of like straddling the ground.
Yeah, weird.
And then someone's put mud all over him.
Yeah, it was very salty.
To show that he's a man, I think.
Yeah. They're like, don't forget.
Don't forget.
This man cries.
Look at this
and
dirty,
he's
muddy
still a
man. Well, I'm sorry for your breakup.
I thought the interview, like this interviewer is brilliant. I want to read all of her work.
Yeah, it was so good the way she painted a picture of him. It's a little bit damning for poor Mescal.
But you're right. Like I have friends who read this interview because this was a big topic in our girl group chat.
Really?
And we're half and half. Like half of them are like, this made him like look so good. Like it's so amazing to see men talking. And it is to like men, especially Hollywood men. I feel like it's only this new generation that they're talking about like their vulnerable side and going to therapy. And a man saying that I go to therapy is like so incredibly important, especially for other men who read that. I
cannot think of like coming up through my teen years or even like all the big movie star alpha male action heroes that I grew up watching in movies, and then the next crop that came before them, anyone talking the way he does.
And I think that's so important for like the broader society.
Yeah.
But I think it's just like the people who were obsessed with him like I was, who read every interview about him, who thought they knew everything about him, like reading something like, oh, this just seems like my worst nightmare of a date ever.
Yeah, well, the interview that made Emily Vernon fall out of love with Paul Mescal.
Sorry.
Troy Bolton, as he'd like to be called.
I would date Troy Bolton, though.
Yeah.
Anyone would.